I think we can all agree that the wasteland sucks. People are always starving, thirsty, diseased, irradiated, and overall most people's quality of life has gone down the drain. Well, I'm here to put an end to it all in the most simple way possible. After all, you can't have a poor quality of life if you don't have a life in the first place. Can you beat Fallout if you kill everyone in the game? Before we begin, let's go over the rules. The first rule is that any NPC that I see has to die at some point. This includes humans, super mutants, nightkin, ghouls, robots, creatures, and anything else that I can snuff the life or life-adjacent programming out of. This doesn't mean I have to kill them or that I have to attack on sight, just that any NPC I am aware of has to be dead by the end of the game. The second rule is that I cannot intentionally talk to anyone. If they start a conversation with me, that doesn't count, as I'm not the one who instigated it. And finally, the entire run will be done on hard difficulty with rough combat, because I'm not a pansy, candy-ass, yellow-belly, milk-drinking, wimpy, namby-pamby, milk-sop, scaredy cat. It's really because I hate myself. With all that said, let's begin. My life begins as anyone else's, genetically modifying myself to my exact specifications. For my name, I go with Grim Reaper. I think you can figure that one out. I also choose to be 24 years old because 4 is a symbol of death. For my traits, I go with Gifted because why wouldn't you, and Bloody Mess for a very special reason you'll see later. As for my special stats, I go with 10 Perception, Agility, and Luck to be as efficient of a killing machine as possible, 4 Strength and Endurance, 2 Charisma since I'm forbidden from talking to people, and 7 Intelligence for extra skill points. I tag small guns as they are reliable and have common ammo, melee weapons for saving said ammo against weaker opponents, and first aid so I can save my stim packs for critical moments. The Overseer then informs me that the water chip has been mysteriously smashed by a sledgehammer. Gee, I wonder who that could have been. And that without it, everyone in the vault will die. Well, that doesn't sound like my problem, and he kicks me out of the vault anyway. For being forced to go against my nature and save people's lives instead of ending them, I become enraged, and vent that anger in the healthiest way possible by turning a generation's worth of rats into over-microwaved Hot Pockets. Doing so is a pretty easy source of EXP, although even with my first aid skill I still get down to 9 HP, thankfully healing it back up by the time I reach Shady Sands. Seth asked me to put away my weapon while I'm here, and, well, he must not know me very well, because I do the exact opposite and send a 10mm bullet right into his eye socket. Nearly all the citizens here don't have any weapons, but a combination of no armor and being outnumbered still leads to my first death.
You have no bitches. Elris. And absolutely zero drip lil bro.
The second time around, I play it more smart. I make sure to damage Katrina enough that she runs away, where I can then gun her down, step back to avoid aggroing the dog, and let the citizens come to me so I can pick them off one by one. After taking some rope, Seth's hunting rifle, and a few stim packs, I run around and begin clearing out the citizens, that is, until Ian arrives. He actually has a gun and armor, so he kills me quite a few times. Eventually, I manage to get a lucky shot to his eyes that makes him run away, so I back him into a corner and finally gun him down. I then do the same to Aradesh, which levels me up, where I put points into small guns and first aid. The other citizens pose no threat, so I won't mention them. Just know that I got some pretty decent loot, such as a few skill books, some medicine, BB ammo, which will be important for later, and my first piece of armor, a leather jacket. Also, since they didn't bother adding a death animation for the deathly ill, Jarvis simply nopes out of existence when I cap him. After slaughtering the rest of the helpless civilians, taking all their crops, and killing their livestock to hopefully starve any survivors, I level up once more, getting the healer perk and putting most of my points into small guns again. With one town wiped off the map, I head to Vault 15, getting the alien blaster on the way. I know that's one of the best guns in the game, but I don't want to spread my skill points too thin with energy weapons, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. For now, I equip the knife to save ammo and begin my job as a pest exterminator.
Double kill, triple kill, killing spree, slayer.
It's here where I find some grenades and a new weapon, the 10mm SMG. What I don't find is a water chip, so after drinking some cola to quench my thirst and becoming addicted, which does literally nothing, so I'm not sure why it's in the game, I head out in search of one. I stumble across a raider camp, and since they aren't hostile on sight, I use this opportunity to shove my rifle into the back of one's head and execute him of mice and men style. I then let another raider follow me to the tent, put her down, and immediately equip her superior leather armor. Since the other raiders didn't hear their buddies being slaughtered, I can get another first attack, and since most of them have melee weapons, they aren't too hard to deal with. I also end up getting a 44 Magnum Desert Eagle and some ammo for it, which, as you can imagine, will come in handy. As for the raider leader, I start by tossing 2 grenades at him, which also injures some of the other people in the room, then take out my 44 and clean house. I've got plenty of stim packs at this point, so it's just a war of attrition before they all get put in the dirt. Including the captives, because I'm not a monster. I'm not just gonna leave these people in the middle of the desert to starve. That would be cruel! With that settled, I head over to Junktown, where I get to showcase what makes the 10mm SMG so special. Yeah, instant human confetti maker. I put it to good use cleaning out the first building and Doc Morbid's little cannibalism enterprise, where I find some decent loot including grenades and first aid kits. Appropriately, I switch to the hunting rifle to put down their cows before pulling a General Zaroff on the skulls, hunting them like the animals they are. The rest of the town is pretty simple. Hell, even Darkwater goes down like a chump, which levels me up and gets my small guns to 100. I also take his BBs, I think you know what I'm planning by now, and sadly have to euthanize the good boy Dogmeat since he has a terminal case of existing. Everyone's luck in the casino runs out, the bar patrons get their brains scrambled by both liquor and bullets, which gets me the 14mm pistol, I feed the fat fuck Gizmo some lead, and with that, there's no one in Junktown to write a magazine on jerky vending. Therefore, I've created a paradox. Hopefully, the butterfly effect from that ended in more people dying. On the way to the city of nuclear leprosy patients, I stumble across Bob's used car mart. Hi, I'm Bob. Where inside, I can find one of the best weapons in the game, the Red Ryder LE BB gun. As you may remember from my last Fallout 1 video, it does a guaranteed 25 damage per shot, can fire 100 times before reloading, and has an AP cost of 4, so you can do 2 aim shots in 1 turn if you have 10 agility. I immediately use this to remove the part of all the undead in Necropolis. This levels me up, where I take the more criticals perk, get small guns to 110, and put the rest of my points into first aid and lockpick. I then use it against some rats to great effect, don't listen to these zombies who tell me not to shoot, go Gordon Freeman on some more rats to save ammo, and continue my murder spree in another part of town. When I rescue this school prisoner, he engages with me in dialogue, but since I wasn't the one who talked to him, I simply nope out of the conversation and reduce his ribcage to a fine mist. I then go down into the vault and wipe out all the glowing ones inside, which I must say are quite wimpy compared to the ones from the newer games. With their water chips stolen, I level up, getting small guns to 120, first aid to 80, and putting the rest of my points into lockpick. But removing their only source of fresh water isn't enough. I have to personally see to it that this place becomes a graveyard. So after smacking a few more rats, I storm Set's fortress with nothing but a Christmas present and a dream. I thought these caged glowing ones would give me trouble, but luckily I can shoot them through the bars, so when Necropolis finally purged, I head back to my vault to do the exact same thing to them.
What's wrong with you? You turned against us? I cannot allow that.
Oh. Well, let's try that again. I managed to find a spot where I can step out, shoot the Overseer in the eyes, get behind cover, and get my AP back. I then repeat this process until I run out of all 140 of my BBs, which takes a while.
One eternity later.
Well, as it turns out, the Overseer gets all of his HP back every turn, has 500 HP, and only takes a maximum of 5 damage per attack. So, no, it's not possible to beat Fallout if you kill everyone in the game. You have to avoid hurting anyone in the vault to progress the main story. So, I begrudgingly hand the chip over.
Please, the chip. Please, the chip. Please, the chip. Please, the chip.
And get told how many lives I saved.
You've saved a lot of lives.
This was not my intention!
Which goes against everything I stand for, but at the very least I level up, getting first aid to 90 and putting points into sneak and lockpick. Now tasked with ending the mutant threat, I head out to do so, coming across a cool Easter egg on the way. Holy shit, is that Rick and Morty? And a truck full of Nuka-Cola caps that I can't spend because everyone I could trade with has to be killed. I think I should give the mutants some time to kill as many people as possible before dealing with them, so to that end I head to the boneyard, where a guard tells me to put away my weapons, and like in Shady Sands, I do not listen. The Blades gang doesn't use guns, so with my trusty deagle, I can shoot them in the eyes, run away to make them waste their AP chasing me, which removes their ability to fight back, and continue this cat and mouse game until the gang gets wiped out. Just from the sheer quantity of corpses I created, I level up, where I get the bonus rate of fire perk, letting me make 2 aim shots in 1 turn with most weapons. Doing this also allows me to get a ridiculous amount of stim packs, so many that my first aid skill has basically just become obsolete. For the town of Adam, I come up with a different strategy. Kill someone, run to an exit grid, wait until I'm healed, and repeat until you get results. Since nobody can follow you through map grids, this works like a charm, and with the entrance guards dealt with, the rest of the town is easy pickings. I even go into all the different basements to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Next up are the Deathclaws by the warehouse, and while they do pack a punch and take quite a few shots to go down, my BB gun and all the stim packs in my possession makes big game hunting a trivial affair. They also give me quite a bit of EXP, so it's definitely worth killing them. Then we have the gun runners, one of which is out in the open and simple to kill, the other 2 behind a bunch of barrels that makes it much harder to hit them. After a few attempts, I get lucky and manage to slip a few BBs in their eye sockets for safekeeping, where I put on a suit of their combat armor for some extra protection. As for clearing out the interior, well, let's just say I got extremely lucky. I take a direct hit from a missile which leaves me at a measly 1 HP, but also pushes me outside the door so I can hide by the side of the building, where I take as many stim packs as my body can handle and funnel the gun nuts to me, taking shots at their eyes with my BB gun. I managed to kill 2 guards in 1 turn, take out the rocket launcher guy before he has a chance to kill me, and score 3 critical hits in a row to insta-kill the last few guards. I really hope I didn't just use up all my luck and I'm gonna get struck by lightning tomorrow or something. Anyways, after getting some more stim packs and grenades, I leave only to find that the Deathclaws have respawned. Welp, more EXP for me. As it turns out, if you don't kill the Deathclaw mother and smash her eggs, these Deathclaws will keep coming back every hour, so that's my next goal if I truly want to kill everything in my path. I expected the fight with the Deathclaw mother to be harder, but I score enough critical hits to stagger the beast and make her miss her turns, so she gets torn in half without a problem. I was then curious about what would happen if I used VATS on her eggs, and, well, yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. Now that the Deathclaws are all dead, the last people I have to massacre are the followers of the Apocalypse. Since they're all a bunch of humanitarian nerds, they don't put up much of a fight, so they're basically just another free source of stim packs for me. Now that I have better armor, more levels under my belt, and enough stim packs to OD a blue whale with elephantitis, I think I'm ready to wrap up the main quest. To that end, I head to the cathedral, where I give all the devotees there a chance to meet their god in the flesh. Literally. To get to the Master's lair, I need the black COC badge from Morpheus, so I head upstairs, killing some Nightkin on the way. While their heavy weapons can usually kill me in 1 shot, they're still just as vulnerable as anything else to 14mm pistol fire in the eyes, and I can even bring back the tried and true strategy of running like a little bitch to heal. With the badge in question, I can break into the Master's lair, use my trap skills for the one and only time this playthrough, and purify the gene pool the old-fashioned way. Despite everything I've just killed, I'm not a trigger-happy idiot, and I know I'm no match for all the mutants in the lower levels. So I slap on some Children of the Cathedral robes and a badge, kill a Psyker for their Psychic Nullifier, Psychic Nullifier,
Apply directly to the forehead.
Psychic Nullifier,
Apply directly to the forehead.
and reach the Big Cheese himself unmolested. I start off by taking every chem in my inventory, killing his robots with pulse grenades, then switching to my BB gun to pick off his bodyguards. I can kill most mutants with 1 to 3 shots to the eyes, and do the same to his robots with shots to the CPU. Since I have so many stim packs, I can take whatever they can throw at me, so a bit of persistence and his cronies are all dead, letting me focus on the man himself. I use the same tactic as I did on the Overseer: step out, shoot him in the eyes, get behind cover, and get your AP back, only I use my 14mm pistol to save on BB ammo. After plinking away at him enough times, he eventually goes down, where I level up and get the better criticals perk. Now, you may be asking, how are you going to deal with all the mutants down here? Well...
Run, bitch! Run!
Yeah, I'd say that about took care of him. Since I'm running so low on BB ammo, I make a quick stop at the boneyard to get a replacement, the sniper rifle. Sure, I may not be strong enough to use it properly, but I can also loot 300 units of ammo here, and it does more maximum damage than the Red Rider, so I'm pretty much set to storm Mariposa. But not before killing a bunch of talking cows. Unlike other places where I just went in guns blazing, I actually have a plan for this place. If you equip robes and a badge, the mutant at the entrance will engage in dialogue with you automatically. You can then tell him you want to talk to his master, where he will then bring you to the lieutenant, who also automatically throws you into dialogue. Acting defiant towards him will prompt him to give you a beating. However, you can move away from this if you're quick enough, giving you free access to the rest of the base. All it takes then is stealing one of the children's keycards, using my high science skill to hack the computer, and setting the place to self-destruct. There is a mutant that says you're not allowed past him, but it doesn't actually back up his words. There's also a bunch of floor traps in your way, but skirting around the edge allows you to avoid them. The mutants outside the base will attack you no matter what unless you can pass a hard speech check, so these are the only ones I have to fight. And thanks to all the grenades I've been saving up, doing so is pretty simple. Once I leave, the entire base explodes, killing all the robots, mutants, and cultists there, and finishing the game, proving that no, you can't beat Fallout by killing everyone in the game. Although, since I picked the Bloody Mess trait, I can at least get revenge on the Overseer for wasting my time earlier.
You're a hero, and you have to leave.
Hero? You must have got the wrong guy. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider leaving a like, and if you want to see weekly challenge content like this in the future, consider subscribing. You can also donate to my Patreon for 17 cents a day, which helps support the channel, get your name at the end of each video, and greatly increases the chance your challenge ideas will become a reality. Even if you don't donate, I still read all your ideas and put them at the end of each video, so make sure to leave them in the comments. Check me out on Reddit if you're thirsty for more content, join my Discord if you want to hang out and chat, or check out my second channel, The Loophole, where I post clips, memes, experiments, and anything else that doesn't fit on my main channel. This is Causal Loop, signing off. Peace.